How's it going, everyone? Jordan Syatt here from SyattFitness.com, and in this video I want to talk to you about my 5 essential components of the ultimate pre-workout meal. Now, I'm always getting questions from people saying, Jordan, I want to get leaner, I want to get stronger, I want to perform really well. What should I be eating before I work out to really help improve whatever my goals, to help me achieve my goals? And the reality is it's extremely simple, like much more simple than most people understand or give credit for. And I bet that a lot of you, after watching this, you're going to think, no, it can't be that simple. But I promise you it is. And the unfortunate reality is, if people are making nutrition, and especially, really nutrition in general, but also pre-workout nutrition, if they're making it seem really complicated and ridiculously complex, one of 3 things. They either don't know what they're talking about, they're trying to sell you something, or more than likely, they don't know what they're talking about and they're trying to sell you something, which is really, that's the biggest issue. So many people have no idea what they're talking about and they're trying to sell you stuff that, really just doesn't work. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my 5 essential components to pre-workout nutrition, and it's extremely simple. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is timing. When should you be eating your pre-workout meal? And there is no best time. There's no optimal time to do it. But generally, I recommend between 1 and 3 hours before training. That gives you enough time to, 1, to let the food start digesting, and 2, so that you're not going to be really hungry during the training session. It's soon enough so that you're not going to be starving by the end of it, but it's not so close that you're going to be way too full and have a bolus stomach while you're training. Okay, so very basically, that's 1 to 3 hours before training. Choose whatever works best for you within that time frame. Number 2, I want to talk about protein. All right, this is very, very important, but there is no best kind of protein. It doesn't matter if you have chicken or a turkey, beef, tuna, any other type of fish, eggs, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, or if you have a protein shake. They're all totally fine. They're all valid. They're all protein. It does not matter as long as you get some type of protein in. Generally, I'll recommend anywhere between 25 and 35 grams is sufficient. But just get a big helping of protein. Any of the things I mentioned before should be totally fine. All right, very simple. No right or wrong with this one. Just get some protein. The 3rd essential component: carbohydrates. And again, it doesn't really matter what kind of carb you're having. It doesn't matter. It could be fruit, so an apple, a pear, peach, watermelon, just strawberries, fruit. It doesn't matter. You know what fruit is? Have some fruit, okay? That's totally fine. Could be rice. It doesn't matter if it's white or brown. They both have their own benefits. Could be a potato, whether it's sweet or white. Again, it doesn't matter. They both have their own benefits. It could be bread. God forbid, it could be bread. It could be oatmeal. Hell, it could even be cereal. Just get some type of carbohydrate in it. Doesn't matter. Then the 4th essential component I want to talk about is it has to be tasty. All right, it has to taste good. Life is too short to try and suffer down all these different meals. You don't have to hold your nose and like, oh my God, it tastes so bad. It doesn't. It should taste good. You should enjoy your meals. Now, that doesn't mean you should have an entire pizza because it tastes good, but following everything listed above, make sure that following the timing, the protein, the carbs, make sure that it tastes good too. You don't have to suffer through a horrible shake or a horrible tasting, disgusting meal. All right. So, and then the 5th essential component, this one isn't that essential, but it's essential to me because I'm addicted to caffeine, and coffee actually really helps me perform at my best. So I'll have coffee with my meals as well. It could be coffee. If you prefer, more of a supplement like Jack 3D or something along those lines, that's fine. Personally, I don't use them. I'd rather just not spend the money on it, and I drink coffee regardless, so I'm going to have that. It's a lot less expensive, and I like the taste of it. So those are my 5 essential components, and just to give you an idea, I'm actually going to be working out within the next few hours. So I have my meal all set up in front of me, and I'll show you. I'll walk you through it. Very basically, what do we have? We have right here, we have a turkey sandwich, okay? Very basic. We got bread for some carbs, got some lettuce, mustard, and then that big helping of turkey right there for some protein. I have an apple, right? Just because I like fruit and I want to have some fruit, really no reason for that. And then of course, I have my coffee as well. And it's just black, but sometimes I'll put some milk in there or something as well. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense too. It really is this simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. Have a good day, guys.